let's get ready for our practice. So if you have a blanket or a cushion, I would suggest to sit up on the blanket because we're going to do some postures at the beginning. So, and we want a nice long spine, and with the blanket, or you can even sit up on, if your knees are way up here, I suggest you sit up on a block if you have one, or a thicker blanket. So we want our knees to try to relax down as much as possible and create more length in the spine. So let's all come to a comfortable seat and welcome. Take your legs, stretch them out in front of you, shake them out a little bit. Now I want you to take your left foot in and then the right and cross mid-calf here so that your feet are about underneath your knees. In Sukhi-Andrasana, simple seated posture, and this helps to open up the hips. And let your hands rest on your thighs or in your lap, whatever's comfortable. So for this 8-week series, the theme is Women Poet Saints of the East. And this past week, we've been talking about Akkamahadevi, a great women saint from Karnataka, South India in the 12th century. The reason we're focusing these next 8 weeks on women poet saints, like you see on the screen here, is because of the immense power they had. These were incredibly powerful women, and they all achieved their power through the practice of yoga. I'm talking about the wider aspect of yoga, not just about the physical yoga, but yoga as a complete path to experience the magnificent power that we all have inside ourselves. Yoga teaches us that we are powerful beyond belief. Yes, all of us. And that power is already inside of us. Our yoga practices simply helps to remove the veil that prevents us from experiencing our own brilliance. These women poet saints had reached the highest peaks of yoga. They lived and loved from the understanding of what they truly had inside. The poem I'll now read is from Akkamahadevi. So close your eyes and allow yourself to absorb the power of her words. Like a silk worm weaving her house with love from her marrow, and dyeing her body's threads, winding tight. Round and round I burn, desiring what the heart desires. Cut through, O Divine One, my heart's greed, and show me your way out. O Divine One, white as jasmine. This is by Akkamahadevi, and she often refers to the divine, that inner divine, as white as jasmine. So let's now open up our hands and open up our hearts, and we will open together with one Om. So bring your hands in front of your hearts in Anjali Mudra, connecting to that space within. Take a deep inhale and we'll chant one Om together. Inhale. Softening your head towards your heart, diving into the white jasmine within your own being. Set an intention for your practice this evening. Something that supports you in your own well-being, your personal well-being at this very moment. And breathe your intention into your whole being, like you're breathing in the sweetness of jasmine into your whole body and mind and heart. Let's open up our eyes. And we're going to open up our hands. So take your hands to the side, extend the legs out, shake them out. And we're going to cross the legs the opposite direction now. Cross mid-calf, and the heels are underneath the knees. So you're not bringing the feet in. We're doing more of a hip opener here as you bring your feet out by your knees. Inhale, let's do a little bit of breath work. And we're going to open up the palms towards the skies. So it's shoulders up and back. Feel your sit bones rooted on the earth as you inhale, lengthen up through the spine, and we'll bring the hands up, reaching for the sky. Stretching up. So we're going to do a couple of rounds of breath work. We're going to breathe in for 5 and exhale for 5, and eventually I will elongate the exhale as we move more into our parasympathetic system with the exhale, calming the mind and the body. So take a deep inhale again, lengthen up and stretch up. Palms to the earth, exhale for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale for 5, reaching up, palms to the sky. 2, 3, 4, 5. You can close your eyes and listen to my voice if you like. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Becoming more present. Inhale, opening up the heart and hands to the sky. 3, 4, 5. We're going to exhale for 7. Palms to the earth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale for 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause at the top of the breath. Exhale for 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pause the breath. Inhale with a normal breath and bring the hands up to the sky. Reaching and stretching. Take the right hand to the left wrist. Extend up and over to the right, gently lifting the left hand over. Maybe you can gaze over to the left. If that doesn't feel good for your neck, you can look straight ahead. And come back. And let's grab the other wrist. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale over to the left. Try to keep your right sit bone rooted on the earth as you stretch the whole right side body, maybe gently gazing over to the right if that feels good for your neck. And come back. Release the hands. Let's do a little bit of gentle shoulder rolls here. Moving in a way that's nice and soft and opening. So bring the hands up overhead again. You're going to take your right wrist to the left wrist. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale over to the right. And now round forward, chin to the chest as you draw the left wrist over to the right, rounding forward, bringing the stretch all the way into your lower back and side body. And breathe. Inhale up. And we'll do the opposite side. Lift the right hand up as you clasp it with your left hand and stretch over to the left. Chin to the chest and stretch, a nice big stretch in the whole right side, bringing it into your lower back, and breathe. And come back. Release the hands. So we're going to take the right hand over to the right side, the palm to the earth. If you can bring the elbow to the earth, then do that. Lift the left arm up and over for a big stretch on the left side. Root the left sit bone as much as you can into the earth. And now round forward, chin to the chest. Now swoop the left hand in front of you over to the other side, and the same thing on the other side. Press the left hand into the earth. Maybe bring the elbow to the earth if that's possible. Extend the right arm up and reach, palm towards the earth as you stretch the arm up and over towards your right cheek. Gently gazing up or straight ahead. Breathe into the whole right side here. Deep inhale. Exhaling, blow it out like candles. And let's come back. Stretch the legs out in front of you again. Let's come into Dandasana, stretching the legs, hands behind us, shoulders roll up and back. Lengthen through the crown of the head and flex the toes here. And we're going to come onto our backs. Knees are bent. Feet are about hip width apart here. Extend the arms up overhead here. And you're going to let the knees fall over to the right like windshield wipers. Gaze over to the left. Just beginning to open up in the hips here. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling, softening, blowing it out like candles. Releasing any tension that you might be feeling in your hips or lower back. So with the next breath, intentionally breathe in golden light into the hips, lower back, all the way up to the top of the chest. And exhaling, blowing out smoke like tension, releasing anything you're holding on to. Bring the knees back up and we'll do the opposite side. Let the knees fall over to the other side. Grab your elbows, gaze over to the right. Deep inhale, draw the breath into your hips and the lower back, filling the lungs all the way to the top. Exhaling, blowing out and releasing deeper into the posture, deeper into the twist. Breathing in golden light into the hips and the lower back to the top of the lungs. Exhaling like smoke, any tension, any thoughts that you brought into your practice tonight, blow it out. Bring the knees back, just getting more present to our practice, present to how we feel tonight. Bend your knees, make the knees wide. We're going to take our hands on the knees and rock back and forth. A nice gentle massage on the lower back here. Go as fast or as slow as you like. So let's do some nice circles with one knee and then the other. And coming back, bring knees together, drawing the knees into the chest. Left foot onto the earth. Extend the right leg out, interlace hands behind your thigh. And we're going to do some nice circles with our ankle here. So go in one direction. Our feet are our foundation. They support us all day long. Now let's go the opposite direction. So I love giving our feet and our ankles some love here. And I know some of us have been doing winter sports or some cross-country skiing, and it takes a lot by the ankles. So draw your toes towards you with a flex. You can feel some opening in the back of the leg. Deep inhale. Exhale, point the toe away. Inhale, draw the toes towards you. Exhale, point the toe away. So we're going to bend the right knee here, drawing the knee towards the chest. So you can stay here, or you can take your right hand on the outside of your right foot and then drawing the knee towards the earth a little more. Your left leg, the knee can fall off to the left a little bit, creating a little opening in the groin here. So bringing your attention back to your right foot, press the foot into the hand up towards the sky, and then exhale, drawing the knee towards the earth. Inhale, press the foot up towards the sky. Exhale, draw the knee towards the earth here. Blowing it out. Now I'm going to take the right heel on top of the left knee. Interlace your hands behind the left thigh. Extend the left leg up to the sky. So right knee pushing it away. Now bend the left knee. And you can keep your hands here, or if you can interlace hands at the top of your left shin, then do that. Inhale, drawing the knee in. Exhaling, see if you can release your lower back a little more to the earth. So working with the breath. Inhale actively, drawing knee in. Exhaling, surrendering more to the posture and opening up. We'll stay here for a couple breaths like this. Deep inhale, opening. Exhaling, releasing tension and softening into the posture. So we'll release the left leg. Hug the right knee into the chest again. Squeeze it in as much as you can. A little bit of a lymphatic massage here on the right lymph nodes. Extend the right leg out, stretch it out, and bring the right knee back in. Bring the foot to the earth. Now you're gonna hug the left knee in, and you're gonna squeeze it and take the leg and extend it up to the sky. Hands behind the leg, and we're gonna do some ankle rolls in one direction and some ankle rolls in the other direction. I'm always less coordinated on this side. Not quite sure why. And now flex the toes, then inhale towards you. Exhale, pointing the toes. Inhale, drawing the toes towards you. Exhale, pointing the toes. And now you're going to draw the knee in towards the chest here, towards your left shoulder. And you can stay here by pulling on the thigh and the sole of your foot up towards the sky. And if you can grab the foot on the outside of the left foot with your hand, then do that. So we're going to inhale and press the foot up towards the sky. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the earth. And remember, you go to your capacity, whatever's best for yourself today. No pushing. Inhale, press foot up towards the sky. Exhale, drawing the knee in towards the earth. And now we're going to take the left knee on top of your right knee. Interlace hands behind your right thigh and stretch the leg up to the sky here. Your left knee pulling away from you as much as you can. Now bend the right leg again. Keep hands on the thigh or interlace them on top of the shin. You can close your eyes if you like, or let them be soft as you move into this deeper posture. So remember, I like your left foot to be flexed here. Keep it active, and that helps us to target more specifically in our left side. We're targeting the piriformis muscle, which is responsible for creating ischius or sciatica, because when it's tight, it constricts the sciatic nerve. So this is a very good posture. It can feel a little intense, so breathe into your left hip here. Direct your breath like golden light flooding into your whole left hip, all the way to the top of the lungs. Exhaling like smoke, blowing out candles. Breathing out whatever you're holding on in there. Take a couple more breaths like this. This is a place where we can hold emotional tension as well as any type of physical. So we're going to release our right knee, right foot to the earth, and now hug your left knee into the chest. Take a deep, deep hug, hugging yourself with so much love. And you're going to extend the left leg out, extend the right leg out, extend the hands out, up overhead. And we're going to take a deep inhale to the lower belly, to the top of the lungs, and then we're going to exhale with a lion's breath. So inhale, and as we do a lion's breath, you're going to extend, stick the tongue out and open up the mouth and go, and we're going to do that 3 times. It's very good for releasing tension deep in the belly area, and it's also very good for digestion. So here we go. Inhale, extend through the fingertips and the toes and hug muscle to bone. Exhale. Inhale, hug muscle to bone. Exhale, release everything. Inhale, muscle to bone. Exhale, release everything. Very good. Bend the knees, cross the legs, grab the tops of your feet, and we're gonna press the tops of the feet into our hands. So just kind of moving up and down a little bit. This is also very good for the joints on the ankles and helps to open up the ankles a little bit. So reverse the feet and now do it with the other side. Up and down, especially, I know some of us, run or ski, even snowboard. This is a very good thing to do for your ankles. And release. And so you're gonna grab the knees, cross the ankles, or grab behind your thighs and rock up. Then we're gonna come to a seated posture. Let's come into Badakanasana at first. And if you find your knees way up here, this is where it's good to lift, to sit up on a blanket or a block. So once you are seated, let's take our hands behind us. Roll one shoulder up and back, left shoulder up and back. Press feet into each other, engage into our pelvic floor muscles, creating that Muladhara Bandha that helps lift up the energy. So connecting to the earth by hugging feet into each other. Lift hips and draw them towards the heels if possible. And then from this core here, as you press feet into each other, feel the energy move out the thighs and the legs. So we'll stay here. Inhaling, pressing feet into each other, connecting with that Muladhara energy, with the pelvic floor energy. Exhaling, feeling the energy moving out from your core, out through the thighs, out through the knees, beyond your body. And lengthening all the way up to the crown of the head. Beautiful. So use your hands to bring the knees in. And we're going to come to a seated twist, right foot in front of the left knee. So get your sit bones onto the earth, right hand behind you and left hand to the knee. So I don't want you to come into your elbow at this point because we haven't really opened up the spine well enough. I don't want to see rounding. I want to see more length. So feel rooted in the sit bones, right shoulder up and back, left hand on your knee, lengthen all the way up to the crown of the head and twist to the right and twist from the core, not from your neck. Deep inhale and twist. Relax the neck and jaw. And release. So you can just come back with your hands and switch the legs if you like. And we'll come on the other side. Left knee in front of the right knee. We get both sit bones on the earth. Left hand behind. Inhale, pull the belly, lower belly in all the way up to the top. Lengthen up to the spine. Left shoulder rolls back. Right hand on the left knee. And twist from the belly. Inhale, lengthen. Exhaling, twisting. And we'll come back. So let's come onto all fours. So root the hands into the earth, knees underneath the hips. And I know some of you are having a little bit of wrist issues. So bring your hands a little in front of the shoulders so you're not at a 90-degree angle with your wrists. This will help to really reduce tension. And now press your hands into the earth. Resist. Just don't come crashing down onto your wrists. Resist the earth. Claw the earth with your fingers and press into the earth. And we'll inhale and drop the belly, soften the heart, come for a cow. Exhale, press hands into the earth, chin to the chest, and arch up like a cat. Deep breaths. Inhale, lower belly, top of the lungs, softening the heart. Exhaling, releasing everything. Pull the navel into the back body, chin to the chest. One more round. Inhale, dropping the belly. Exhaling, chin to chest, arching up the back. Now bring your hips back to your heels. Pushing your hands into the floor as you draw your forehead to the earth and hips to the heels. We'll come here for a child pose for a couple of breaths, but we have our hands in front. And push your hands into the earth a little more now. And see if you can engage with the lower belly. Lift the chin here. Look and gaze in front of you as you press hands into the earth. Maybe that can help you to engage with the lower belly a little more. Deep inhale, exhale, forehead to the earth. Now release everything. Let everything go. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths. Connecting to the inhale. And so that when you feel the breath fill the lungs, you can feel the lungs on the back body expand. As you exhale, draw the belly in and release all the breath and soften even more into the earth. Letting all worries go, all thoughts, blow them into the earth. Deep inhale, breathing in fragrant white jasmine, night blooming jasmine, filling your senses and your whole being as you breathe in with the smell, this divine smell. Exhaling, blowing it out. With the next breath, remember your intention and breathe it into your whole being like a beautiful fragrance. Exhaling, releasing, and breathing your intention out into your world. Remembering that the greatest love is within your own being. That we are perfect portions of the divine, each one of us a perfect reflection. Next inhale, let's come to all fours. We're going to extend the right hand out and left leg out and lengthen and then lift gently. And bring the right hand to the earth, extend left hand out and right leg out. Lengthen and lift only if it feels good for you. And release. Bring your hands a little forward of our shoulders. And we're going to come into a modified downward facing dog. And if that's not good for you today, you can stay on all fours and move with us. Inhale, lift up the hips. Gonna come high on the toes and make your feet as wide as your mat. Bend the knees, stick the hips up to the sky. I want you to lift the chin and gaze in between your hands. Now claw the earth like we did earlier in cat and cow. Press the hands into the earth, resist the earth. Stick the hips up to the sky, lengthen through your spine, and keep your chin lifted. As you press hands into the earth, feel the engagement in your lower belly. Feel your source of power. Connect with that. Keeping that connection, bring your head in between your arms. And now we're going to pedal the right heel and the left heel, just like you're walking your dog here. One leg and then the other, moving in the hips. Drop one heel, then the other. Now come up high on the toes again. And now begin to lower the heels towards the earth as much as you can, but keep your hands pressing into the earth as you create length in your spine. Beautiful. Bring the knees down to the earth, toes together. And we're going to come into a puppy posture as the hands press into your earth. Keep your chin lifted again. We're engaging with our core strength here as you press hands into the earth as if you're trying to push the mat away. And then you press the forehead to the earth. Beautiful. Now we'll come into a cobra, chin to chest, and come into cobra to the earth. Shoulders roll up and back, tops of the feet press into the earth. Tuck tailbone, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Deep inhale. Exhale, come onto all fours. We'll push back up to a downward facing dog. So we're going to root the left heel into the earth and extend the right leg up, stretching it up, and bring the right knee into the chest. Hug it in, connect with the energy in your lower belly, and try to bring the foot with one motion if possible in between your hands. And you're going to drop the back foot here. Press your right hand into the mat on the outside of your right leg. Make the connection between the leg and the arm to hug to the midline and draw your right sit bone under. Beautiful. Top shoulder up and back. Left hand to the hip. Gaze straight ahead. Press the back foot into the earth. Keep that active as you inhale. Top arm up and over and stretch from the back foot to the heart, all the way to the fingertips, and expand out in every direction. Beautiful. Hand to the earth. Drop the back knee. Root the left hand into the earth. And we're going to inhale and open up the right arm. If you want to lift the back knee, then you can do so to move a little deeper. And from the heart, expand out through the fingertips. And bring the right hand down. We'll stay here for a moment in our lunge. So I want you to take your right foot and move the right toes away from you so your right knee falls over to the right side. Left hand roots into the earth. So press your right hand into your right thigh and gaze upwards if possible or straight ahead for a beautiful big stretch here. As I press right hand into the right thigh, and you can resist with the right thigh at the same time, gazing upwards. Wonderful. Now we're going to take our elbows or your hands to the earth off to the left or to your elbows. We'll stay here for just a couple of breaths, opening up a little more in our right hip here. So bring your awareness to the breath as you draw it in and anchoring the breath into your right hip all the way to the top of the lungs. Exhaling, softening a little deeper into the posture, melting a little more into the posture here. Maybe you bring forehead to the earth. Deep inhale, drawing the breath all the way in to the right hip. Exhaling, softening a little more. Press hands into the earth. So bring your right toes forward. You're going to shift hips back, lengthening through the leg here. If you want to round forward head to knee, you can, it's an option. And let's walk hands back, bring the right knee back. So you can stay on all fours here or come to a downward facing dog. Remember, claw the earth. Inhale, draw shoulders up by the ears, lift the hips up, press hands into the mat, lengthen through your spine. We're going to drop the left heel towards the right heel towards the mat and lift the left leg. And bring the left knee into the chest again. Try to pull the navel in, gaze in between your hands, and with your intention, bring the left foot in between your hands with one motion if possible. Beautiful. Drop the back heel. We're going to come into Parvo Kanasana, side angle pose on the opposite side. So your left hand places on the earth, or you have it on a block if you need. Have your left knee and left arm press into each other. That creates stability, and that brings your left sit bone. Try to bring the left sit bone in alignment underneath the hips. Root into the back foot. Inhale, top arm up and over. Palm towards the earth. Top arm just touches, just kisses your cheek here. Gazing forward, one line of energy from the back foot out through the heart, through the top of your fingertips. Beautiful. Take the right hand down, and we're gonna drop the back knee. Root the right hand into the earth, and we'll inhale and open up from the heart out to the opposite direction. So you can stay here or lift the back leg. And feel the energy shoot out the back heel and lift the back knee. So you're going to walk the left foot out to the left. So the left knee comes out. You can move your hand, your right hand a little wider if you like. Take the left hand into the left thigh, push it into the thigh for this beautiful big stretch, opening up the heart towards the sky. You can pull the tops of the ears back if you like, or keep the head straight, whatever feels best for your neck. Deep breath here. Beautiful. So you can walk the left foot in a little bit more if that feels best for your hip, and place both hands on the floor, or you can come to your elbows. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Deep inhale, drawing the breath into your hips, especially this left hip here. Into the hip, rooting the hips all the way to the top of the lungs. Exhaling, softening, surrendering to the power of the posture. Inhaling, breathing, expanding into the back body as you take a deep breath. Exhaling and softening a little deeper into the posture. Next, inhale, press hands into the earth. Walk the left foot forward so it's facing the top of your mat, and you're going to stretch the front leg straight, lengthen forward. If you want to bow forward, head to knee, you can. It's just an option. Walk the hands forward. And we're going to bring the left leg back. And we'll push up to another downward facing dog. Shoulders up by the ears, claw the earth, lift the hips. Beautiful, dropping the heels towards the earth more. So lift the right leg, you're gonna bend the knee, we'll come into our three-legged dog here. Try to keep shoulders level if possible. Pressing, now remember to press the hands into the earth, pushing the earth away. Don't crash into the hands. Resist the earth, grounding the left heel into the earth, opening up the back of the left leg. So we have another option here. You can come down to a child pose, or you can bring the right leg over to the earth and we come into a wild thing. And expand the right fingertips out, opening up the heart. Come back, and now we will all meet in a child pose. Deep inhale, long exhale. Remember choosing the best option for yourself today, taking care of yourself. Inhale, come to all fours. Downward facing dog, or you can stay on all fours if you like. And lift the left leg, bend the knee, and coming into our boy dog or three-legged dog. Now look in between your hands, lift the chin, press hands into the earth, push away. Now bring the head in between the arms as you lift the left knee more towards the sky, rooting the right heel to the earth. Now lift your right shoulder, don't let it collapse. Do the best you can. So you can come down into a child pose again, or you can open up into a wild thing by bringing the left leg up and back and extending the left arm up, opening up in the heart. And breathe. And we'll come back. Beautiful to see so many of you in our wild things. And then we'll come down, child pose, take a breath. Stunning wild things. Come back up, all fours. Bring your right knee forward. So the right knee is underneath your right knee is underneath your right hip. Root the right hand in alignment with your hip and a little in front of your shoulder. Back foot roots into the earth. It's like a side angle posture, but we have our knee rooted on the earth here. Left shoulder up and back. Now it's going to take some stability by pressing the hand into the earth and the back foot into the earth. Helps you to connect to your balance and strength. Left hip on top, left hand on top of the hip. So once you have that, bring the top arm up, palm reaching towards the earth, and stretch the arm out over the left ear. So you can stay here or lift the right leg and come into a side plank. Again, you come into the best possibility for yourself. Side plank, tuck the tailbone, hug to the midline, expand out. Beautiful, wonderful, Ellen. Bring everything down. Beautiful, Inge. Left hand to the earth, knees to the earth. Let's come down to the earth with our bellies. And bring our hands to the sides. Bring the right cheeks to the earth and take a breath here. Expansion and contraction. We're expanding with the breath and growing and then contracting, coming back to rest. Growing and strengthening our bodies, our immune systems, our nervous systems, and then let everything melt into the earth. Blow it out. So place hands underneath your shoulders. Lift the chest, bring it forward, come for a cobra. Root hands into the earth. And we'll come onto all fours. And we're going to do the opposite side now. Left hand roots into the earth. Left knee underneath the left hip. Right foot presses into the earth. Right hand to the right hip. Inhale. Find your stability. Extend the top arm up and over the ear. The right hand extends out. So you can stay here or lift the bottom leg and come into a full side plank. Opening up the heart and expanding your love in every direction from every part of you. And we'll bring everything down to the earth again. So you can come down to a plank or shift down with your knees and come down to the earth. Take the left cheek to the earth this time and take a breath. And release everything into the mat, hands to the sides. Let it go. Like all things in the world, made of this magnificent power, everything expands and contracts. When we expand with energy, it's also important to contract, come back to rest, create more balance and harmony. So let's bring hands underneath shoulders. Lift the chin, so lift the chest and pull it forward. And we're going to interlace hands behind your back. So maybe you can bring wrists together, or maybe you're pulling your wrists away from each other. Hands resting on the sacrum. Tops of the feet press into the earth, and inhale, lift the shoulders up and back. So stay here, or the next breath, extend the arms out straight. So this might be where you're at, or the next breath, lift the feet from the heart out through the head. And then from the pelvis, feel the energy move out through your toes. And release, and now we'll fly. Extend the hands up in front of you. Lengthen and lift and release everything to the earth. Forehead to the hands. Take a breath here. Deep inhale, long exhale, let it all go. So we're going to have a couple of options here. Press hands into the earth, and we're going to take our forearm in front of us and bring it parallel with the front of our mat. And bend to your left knee. Reach with your left hand with the thumb up towards the sky and grab your foot from inside. So we really create this big opening in the shoulder here, looping the shoulder back. Press foot into the hand. Inhale, exhale for contraction, drawing the heel towards the buttocks. Inhale, press foot into the hand again. Now this time, lift the hip up towards your heel. And now bring them down together. That can help you move into the posture even a little deeper. Now gaze forward. Stay here for another deep inhale and a long exhale. Deep inhale and long exhale. Beautiful. Opening up the fronts of our legs. So let's see the other side. Left forearm parallel with the front of our mat. So you want to try to keep your knees parallel, the legs parallel, hip width apart. You don't want them to splay out. That's not good for the back. So bend the back leg, thumb up towards the sky. Roll the right shoulder up and back. Grab the inside of your right foot. Press the foot into your hand, drawing your right shoulder back. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can draw the foot a little closer to the hip. Inhale, press the foot into the hand, pulling the shoulder away. And now this time, exhale, draw your right hip up towards your right heel. And then see if you can drop everything to the earth. Moving a little deeper, opening up the front of your thigh. Now gaze forward if possible, lifting in the heart and chest as you keep your hand on your foot. And we're going to press our foot into the hand at the same time, draw the foot towards us for this isometric movement that helps to create a deeper opening in the front of our leg. Beautiful. So release the leg. And we're going to inhale, come up to puppy posture. Knees wide, toes together, press hands into the earth, lifting the chin, pressing the hands into the earth, and then bring forehead to the earth for a wonderful stretch in our whole spine. Breathe. Deep inhale, long exhale, pulling the hips back. Blow it out. Inhale, rise up to all fours. So we're going to thread the needle here. You're going to inhale, open up the right arm, stretch up. Exhale, bring it and thread it underneath the left arm for a big opening here. We got several stages here. So you can stay here, or you can bring your left leg out in front of you and maybe grab the left toe with your right hand. So we have different stages. You don't have to go here. You can keep your leg where it's at. And then maybe you bring the top arm up and around the lower back and grab the inside of your right thigh for a little deeper opening. Different options. Then gaze upwards. So you stay at the best stage for yourself today, taking care of yourself. Release the top arm. Release the bottom leg. Come up. Sit back for a child pose for 2 breaths. Then come back to all fours. Deep inhale, long exhales. Connecting to that breath, prana within us that connects us to our strength. So we're going to inhale and extend the left arm up. And then thread it under the right arm. Palm up towards the sky. So again, you have different options here. You can stay here, which is a wonderful stretch, or you can open up the right leg and grab it with your left hand. You can grab the toe with your left hand. So you can stay here, Or if you want to move a little deeper, top arm up and around the lower back, grabbing the inside of your left thigh, and then gazing upwards. I know some of us like to go deeper with a little more challenge, and some of us are very happy with the first stage. So you do what feels best in your body and your heart. Let's release everything. Bring the right hand to the earth. Right leg back. And either come down to your earth on the knees or come to plank and lower down. So we're going to press the hands into the earth here. Lift the chest, pulling the chest forward, and we're going to come into a bow posture. We've been opening up the fronts of the thighs and the backs of the legs. And we're going to come into a little deeper back bend here. So again, different stages. This might be it for you today. Just grabbing your feet and bringing them towards your buttocks if possible. Or you might be here today. So if you can catch your feet, drawing the heels towards you, knees or hip width apart, don't let them be wide. That's not good for your back. Press feet into your hands, actively drawing the shoulders back. So we're not lifting our legs yet. So this is the next stage. So you might be here. Next stage is to lift the feet up towards the sky as you press the feet into the hands. Lifting the feet up, lifting the shoulders, and breathe. If you want to rock back and forth a little, you can. And release. And we'll push back to puppy pose. Remember, press the earth away from you, pulling hips back and for a beautiful stretch here. And come to all fours. We'll come to our last downward facing dog. Or you can be on all fours or stay in puppy pose, whatever's best for you. Stay here for a couple of breaths, rooting the heels towards the earth. And we'll come down to our knees. So we're going to come on to our backs. Draw knees into the chest. Take a couple of breaths. You can rock back and forth, massaging the lower back. So we're going to take the feet to the mat. We're going to take the strap in front of our ankles here. We're going to prepare for a modified bridge posture. So have the feet resting in the front of the ankles here. And we're not going to use it yet. We're going to get to it. So it's already there in place. Knees are hip width apart. Press elbows into the earth, fingertips up to the sky. Inhale, lift the chest. Next breath, lift the hips. Now press the elbows into the earth and expand in the heart as you press the back of the head into the earth, lifting your chin. Remember to draw your tailbone down and in, protecting lower back. And release the hips to the earth. Let knees come in. Right hand on the heart, left hand on the belly. Connecting heart energy and your intuitive energy. Staying here for a breath or two. And we'll come into another back bend. As many as you know, I like to do back bends, and bridge posture is a form of back bend. I like to do them in a series of 3, gives the spine time to open up. And also, it also gives our body energetically time to open up. Back bends are all about opening up the heart and releasing. So let's press the elbows into the earth, lift our hearts. Next breath, lift the hips. Now draw the tailbone down and in, securing our lower back. Keep knees hip-width apart. Imagine you're squeezing your imaginary block. Inhale, press elbows into the earth and lift the chest a little more. Press the back of the head to the earth and expand in the heart. And release everything to the earth. Let knees fall in. Right hand on heart, left hand on belly, and breathe. Integrating our heart and our emotional area, the belly area. We hold a lot of emotions. So in back bend, so much is happening. We're releasing deep emotions that, can get stuck in the hip area, and we're opening up in the heart area, in the heart chakra, which helps to open up in the throat and open up in the way in expressing our heart. So now we're going to grab our strap that's wrapped around the ankles. Now, if you don't have a strap, then you can do the posture the way we did before. So grabbing the strap with each hand, you're going to use the strap to move a little deeper. Press elbows into the earth, lift the chest. Inhale, lift the hips. Now pull on the strap to draw right shoulder and left shoulder under, and then tuck tailbone. Pull on the strap and expand in the heart. Press back of the head into the earth. The focal point in this posture is the top of the throat, the passageway to express from the heart. And release the hips to the earth. Take strap to the earth. And we're going to take the right knee over the left and let knees fall over to the right. And bring arms over the head and gaze over to the left. And breathe. Bring everything back. Cross legs the other direction. If you want to bring the left foot around the right leg, you can. Let the knees fall over to the left. Gaze over to the right. Breathing, releasing, and come back. You're going to come into happy baby pose. Hands on the sides of the feet. Press feet into the hands with an inhale. Exhale, drawing knees towards the earth. And see if you can soften your lower back to the earth. Deep inhale. Now exhale, releasing the legs. And we'll come to our Shavasana for just about a minute. Feet fall to the side. Arms are heavy on the earth, and the hands and the palms are open. And drawing the golden light, envision it expanding from your heart with each inhale into every part of you. As you exhaling, blowing out like smoke, anything your body's holding on to, any tension, any thoughts, blow it out. Inhaling, this light is expanding into our feet and our legs, our pelvis area, the belly and all of our organs, up through the chest and the lungs, and through the arms and the shoulders and the hands. And this golden light expands from the heart up through the throat, opening up our speech, opening up the expression of our own heart, traveling up into all of our senses, our ears and our eyes and our nose, and filling our mind with golden light. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. Breathing in light and exhaling light. Breathing in love and exhaling love. The next breath, coming back to the surface, begin to move fingers and toes. Bend your knees. Gently rolling over to one side and making your way up to a seated posture. We will meet in a seated meditation posture for just a couple of moments. So getting comfortable in your posture. You can take your hands and pull your buttocks back so you can get more rooted on your sit bones. Place your hands on top of your thighs to root your sit bones into the earth. And then inhale, lengthen from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Exhaling, softening shoulders up and back. Let hands rest in the lap or on your thighs. You can place your fingers in chin mudra with forefinger and thumb touching if you like to help contain the energy. Bringing your awareness to the sit bones, rooting in the earth, and the lengthening all the way to the crown of the head. Bringing your focus to the inhale and the exhale. The next breath, smell the night blooming jasmine, infusing your whole being with divine love. With the next breath, drawing this fragrance deeper inside, allowing it to draw you deeper inside, because this fragrance comes from within your own being. Inhaling, drawing deeper into this beautiful divine fragrance of jasmine. Exhaling, softening, and surrendering deeper inside. And if any thoughts come up, you can bring your awareness back to the breath. And you can inhale, so. Exhale, hum. I am divine. Inhaling, so. Exhaling, hum. We'll stay here seated in the divine fragrance for another minute. The divine fragrance of the self. It takes just a moment to sink in to that divine stillness within and touch our heart and come back rejuvenated, inspired, transformed. Inhale, open up our hands and open up our hearts. And we'll bring them in front of our heart in Anjali Mudra, connecting to that jasmine heart of ours. And we'll take a deep breath in and close with one Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I am peace, peace, peace. Let there be peace, peace, peace. So let's take a deep breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. From the divine white jasmine in my heart to yours, namaste.